Australia got a very good record at the Gabba. Usually the pitch there offers perhaps a bit more bounce than anywhere bar the Wacker in Perth, Western Australia. And you've got to hit the ground running. I mean, when Strauss's team won 2010-11, they had 3 or 4 state games, and they were proper, hard, first-class games. So you felt that England were ready to go, ready to hit the ground running in 2010-11. Contrast before that, 2006-07, when they got whitewashed and Harmy's first ball went to second slip. So hopefully England will be ready to go. That's going to be difficult, having only had inter-squad games.
Big boost for England having Ben Stokes back.
Huge boost.
He's 3 players in one, basically.
Yeah, and especially if he can bowl, because he balances the side out. And having captained England through an era where we really didn't have a top-class all-rounder, apart from Alex Stewart, who's slightly different as a wicket-keeper batsman. We never had a batting, bowling all-rounder who was worth his place in the side both ways, back with bat and ball, which Stokes is. And if you've got one of those as captain, it is fantastic, because you can play a 5-man attack and still have that depth of batting. If you haven't got Stokes, as England didn't have in the summer, you're always wondering and worrying how to balance the side. You're either a bowler short or you're a batsman short. You're always slightly unbalanced. So having Stokes back from the balance of the side is a massive thing for England, and also just his character, because to play well in Australia, to do well in Australia, to win there, you have got to be the type who is going to be prepared to stand up when the going gets tough. It is a hard place to play. The crowd are usually quite hard. The cricket's hard. Tough conditions with a kookaburra ball, long hot days. You need tough characters to do well there. And of course, Ben Stokes is exactly that.
Should we be worried about England's top order? I mean, they've had an awful time of it, really, over the last 18 months, trying to find a balanced and top 3, top 4.
Yeah, worried only in the sense that it is not that experienced or successful a top 3. It's not like you're going there with Strauss, Cook, Trott, which the last time England won in Australia, 10-11, you look at those 3 players, they were all averaging mid-40s or up in Test cricket. They were all vastly experienced, right in the kind of prime of their careers. Whereas the top 3 now, I don't know what it will be, Burns, Hamid,
Malan.
Crawley, who knows, Malan, Malan probably at 3. You know, there's question marks in terms of record. You know, they're not particularly established Test match 1, 2, 3, which is not to say they can't do it. I'm actually a big fan of Malan's cricket. I think when the ball bounces above waist height, he's a very good player. He's quite tough, but it's just not a top 3 that you can say with certainty that, you know, they're going to do the job.
Australia's bowling looks good to me, the pace bowling.
It looks good, and depending on whether they can stay fit. I mean, Cummins may well be captain now, which is an added pressure on him. But if Cummins, Stark and Hazelwood stay fit through 5 tests, along with Nathan Lyon, that's a very good attack. But you've got 5 tests in 42 days, and that is a tough ask for any fast bowler. Cummins himself said recently he didn't expect those 3 to play all 5 tests. There may be injuries, there may be rest and rotation, you don't know.
In terms of Lancashire connections with the Test team, the obvious 2 are Jimmy Anderson and Jos Buttler. Just a word about Jimmy Anderson and his continuing excellence at international level.
Wow, he's just an incredible cricketer. I mean, he's the best fast medium English bowler that I've seen. The range of skills that he's got, his ability to manipulate the ball, his accuracy, his perseverance and fitness. What is he now, 39 years of age almost? To still be opening the bowling at international level is a quite staggering achievement. I mean, you know, you run out of superlatives talking about Jimmy Anderson.
Lancashire provide a number of good, young, talented cricketers. It's one of the things that we pride ourselves on in producing quality players, and we've got a nice new crop of youngsters who are knocking on the England door. Saqlain Mahmood, for instance, as one of the standout young pace bowlers in the country. Have you seen much of him?
Yeah, enough to be excited and impressed. I thought he bowled superbly here in the Roses game that we covered actually on Sky right at the start of the season, and then he came in the Pakistan ODI series, didn't he, when England were kind of struck with COVID and they had to have a different squad in, and I thought he bowled excellently in that series. He looked sharp, fit, hungry. I remember meeting him actually at Lord's. There was an England Player of the Year dinner when he was very young, and he got, I think he got some, like an emerging award or something that I had to present him with, and I was struck actually immediately by his at least outward confidence. You know, he looked as though he knew what he was about and where he wanted to get to. And obviously there's going to be opportunities in the next few years because Broad and Anderson can't go on forever. No. And therefore you would think that there will be new ball opportunities around, and given the volume of cricket and his ability with white ball and red ball, he seems a cross-format bowler, he's going to get some opportunities and hopefully he'll do well.